Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today I'm coming to you with a book tag, and that is the rapid fire book tag. I actually haven't done a book tag in a very long time, and I saw this one going around recently and I thought it looked like a lot of fun because they're just supposed to be really quick answers to these questions, so that's what I decided to do today. This tag was created by Girl Reading, and I'm pretty sure I was tagged by a couple of people, but I can't actually remember because it was a while ago, so if I was, I will make sure to try and find them and leave them listed in the description box. But without any further ado, let's just get into the questions. The first question is ebook or physical book? While I think that ebooks definitely have their merit, I am 100% a physical book person. Question 2 is paperback or hardback? For me, it depends. I tend to prefer hardbacks just because I find them easier to read, unless you're talking about those really tall, like floppy paperbacks. So like something like this where it's like a super floppy paperback, those are definitely my favorite to read. Question 3, online or in-store shopping? Although I buy the majority of my books online because there are very few bookstores near where I live, I 100% prefer going into a store and buying books. I love bookstores. They are my favorite places in the world. I could spend hours upon hours in them. Question 4, trilogies or series? Personally, I prefer series to trilogies just because I like really long stories that can go on for multiple books. I just think it's a lot more fun. Question 5, heroes or villains? Definitely villains. I really like evil characters. I think they're a lot more fun to read about. Question 6, a book you want everyone to read? This doesn't even need an explanation. Question 7, an underrated book. I'm gonna go with Nora and Kettle by Lauren Nicole Taylor. I don't hear anyone talking about this book, and I read it earlier this year and I fell completely in love with it. It's a historical fiction novel that takes place in 1953 post-Japanese internment in the US, and it follows the story of this girl named Nora who is dealing with an abusive parent, as well as this Japanese-American boy named Kettle. It's about their relationship, but it's also about so much more, and it's also loosely based off of some of the themes of Peter Pan, and I want more people to read this because it is just such a wonderful story. Question 8, the last book that you finished. For me, this is a really short one, and that is Love Poems by Pablo Neruda. This is just a short collection of some of his love poems, and I just finished this yesterday or the day before, I believe, and it is so fantastic. I adored it. Question 9, the last book that you bought. For me, this is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, and this is also a signed copy of it because I saw it at Target, and I was super excited that it was signed. Question 10, the weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. The weirdest thing I have used as a bookmark is my cat. Sometimes she just like sits on my lap and I have to put my book down because I need to check my phone or do something else, and I just like open it up and either I put her paw in it or her tail, or I just like open it up and lay it on top of her. So yeah, sometimes I just use my cat as a bookmark. Question 11, used books, yes or no? So even though I really like my books to be in perfect condition, I am 100% supportive of used books. I buy used books all the time. I think that they are a great way to save money, and I think it's so important to rebuy old books. So yes, 100% yes, I love used books. Question 12, top 3 favorite genres. My top 3 are magical realism, fantasy, and historical fiction. Question 13, borrow or buy? I definitely buy more books than I borrow them. I am terrible at going to my library and borrowing books. It's a really bad habit that I want to try and break because I definitely should be going to the library more and checking more books out, and it's actually one of my resolutions for next year to borrow more books instead of buying so many of them. Question 14, characters or plot? Characters. Absolutely characters. I love character-driven books. Question 15, long or short books? Personally, I prefer long books. I just really like having a lot of book to get through. I feel more satisfied when I finish a long book compared to a shorter book, and usually there's more time to develop the plot and the characters and everything. So yeah, definitely long books. Question 16, long or short chapters? Now for this, I'm the complete opposite. I love short chapters. I like it when there's a book that has a short chapter that's like 1 to 3 pages and then it goes to a different chapter. I don't know what it is. I feel like I can read the book a lot faster that way, even if it's like longer than a book with long chapters. For some reason, long chapters just like get me stuck and I feel like I'm never going to finish the book. So yeah, I definitely prefer short chapters. Question 17, name the first 3 books you think of. Okay, The Night Circus, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and The Raven King. Question 18, books that make you laugh or cry. Personally, I prefer books that make me cry. I rarely ever read funny books. I don't know what it is. I also just really like sad music and sad movies. Even when I'm in a really happy mood, I like sad things. I don't really know what that says about me, but I love it when a book can make me cry. Question 19, Our World or fictional worlds? Okay, so have you seen Our World lately? Definitely fictional worlds. There's no doubt about that. Question 20, audiobooks, yes or no? Definitely yes. I love audiobooks. I listen to lots of them. Question 21, ever judge a book by its cover? And I feel like if you watched at least a couple of my videos, you probably know know this about me. I absolutely do that. I have an entire video on some of my favorite book covers. I buy a lot of books based on their covers. It's just, I can't help it sometimes. They're just so pretty and I love the cover and I'm just drawn to it. So yeah, that is absolutely something that I do. Question 22, movie or TV show adaptations. Personally for me, I prefer movie adaptations versus TV show adaptations. Of all of the ones that I've seen of movies versus TV shows, I've preferred the movie ones compared to the TV show ones. I don't know what it is. I actually prefer TV shows to movies in general, but adaptation-wise, I think movies tend to do a better job. Question 23, a movie that you preferred to the book. And for me, this is actually The Hobbit. I said this in a video once and people were like, how could you prefer the movies to the book? But for some reason, I don't know what it is. I just adore those movies so much. I had seen them before I'd read the book, so I think that definitely influences my opinion. But I read the book last year for the first time and it just really didn't do it for me. I think if I'd read it when I was younger, I definitely would have enjoyed it more. But for some reason, I just love those movies with every fiber of my being. And finally, question 24, series or standalone. And for me, I actually don't have a preference for this. I love both of them equally, so I really can't pick. It just really depends on the story. If I like the story, I will like it in standalone form or series form. I tend to read more series than I do standalones, but I really still love standalones, so I honestly cannot pick. I'm sorry about that. But that is it for the rapid fire book tag. I went into explanations on some of them. I'm sorry, I can't really help it, but I think that I made pretty good time with this. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree with any of my opinions on any of these questions, or let me know what some of your answers are to these questions. If you would like to follow me on any of my social media, all of my links are in the description box as always. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!